Yeah. So you mentioned the branding, and I
Yes,
know
sir.
you're known as the Guitar Slayer,
Yes,
which
sir.
I love that. But like, how did that come about?
The name actually came from Caleb.
Caleb McCampbell.
Yeah, so
Okay.
I had a band 2008 called Connect Four.
Yeah.
So I started just incorporating those entertainment qualities, and Caleb was like, "We're gonna name you Guitar Slayer,"
Okay. Okay.
and then it just kind of stuck with me.
Yeah. You
Yeah,
got product out and everything
yeah,
with Guitar
yeah,
Slayer on it.
yes, sir. Got product, been very intentful with the logo, what the logo looks like, all of
Yeah.
those things. Just trying to build a really nice umbrella
Yeah.
that could start to, foster the other guitarists that's coming out to me, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Now, your solo release is called Lost, and
Hmm.
then your most recent project is called Believe, and then that led to a collaboration with the Dallas Mavericks. And you produced a track for them that
Yes,
they
sir.
also used during the playoffs,
Yes,
right?
sir.
So tell us a little bit about how that helped.
So the Dallas Maverick came by way for me doing the national anthem for the Dallas Stars.
Okay.
They got me over there and I did the national anthem. It was great. And it was approaching playoffs.
Yes.
And they were like, "Hey man, we're just gonna go out on a limb and just kind of ask you this question. Like, you wouldn't happen to be able to like reproduce this Eminence front record, would you?
Yeah.
It's been the same for like 20 plus years. Nobody's ever touched it. And we want to know if you can add some sauce to it." I took it, and the version that they listen to now is a demo It wasn't even the version that I was gonna in my head end with.
Okay.
But I worked on it, and the guy came to the studio, and he heard me like working on it while he was there, and saw me like jumping on the beat machine, then pick up the guitar and pick up the bass. So him seeing that and sitting in the room and watching it was a really big plus. He took it to them. They kept it from Mark Cuban. They didn't tell them because they didn't want Mark Cuban to say, "No, we're gonna save it and we're gonna just take the risk of doing it on game night."
And just played it.
And
Yeah.
just they played it. It was like, how cool would it be if he just played it live?
Okay.
And they was like, "Justin, would you be open to that?" I was like, Hold
Right.
on,
Yeah.
let me check."
Yeah.
I'm
Right.
like,
Right.
"Of
Right.
course,
Right.
duh."
Right.
So I ended up doing it, and it was crazy. Mark Cuban ended up being there. He wasn't even supposed to be
Oh
there.
wow.
And Mark Cuban was standing there and saw me walking that way, and he instantly stood in the aisle and was like, "Oh my gosh."
It's Justin Lyons, aka Guitar Slayer, and he put on an absolute show before the start of the game. He did the anthem, but my favorite part, you reimagined Eminence Front by The Who that is used for introductions for years. Tell us a little bit about the idea for that.
Well, I just wanted to, pay homage to that beautiful record. I knew it was Mark Cuban's, favorite song. So to make it even more exciting for playoffs, game 3, yeah, just reconstructing the entire project was really fun.
4, 3, 2, 1.
The whole company just kind of went crazy with it.
Yeah.
And then everybody was loving it. Everything I do is no way to think that is a product of my doing. It's all God.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm with you on that. But like I said, from my perspective, I was expecting it. And my wife and I, we talked a little bit, but it was funny because when I knew you were gonna be on there doing the national anthem, if I was around or whatever, I just flip it on so I could catch it. So we would watch you
Mm,
on there, and then it was just like I could see. I was like, it's just progressing.
yes,
He
sir.
doing more and more.
Yep.
He all the way there. Like, but what I know about you, I was like, he gonna maximize the opportunity, whatever
Yes,
it
sir.
is, and so it just made our hearts glad to watch
Man,
the progression
man.
of it. And so yeah, I thought that was just so beautiful. So
Yeah, it
beautiful.
was. It was humbling as well because right after the Dallas Mavericks, my team, they were trying to put together like a little PR run, so we
Okay.
could have really capitalized.
Mm-hmm.
And I ended up getting like paralyzed, man,
Oh,
and for like a month and a half, and
okay.
I couldn't walk,
Yeah.
and I was bedridden, and dude, it was a mental trip for me
Yeah.
because I was like, God, how and why? Why now though? Like, I need this to like shift things for my life. Like, how did this happen?
Right.
And in that process, man, he just really dealt with me and just like, man, I had to rebuild spiritually. I had to rebuild physically. They told me it's gonna be 40 grand for surgery to do an emergency surgery. I was like, I can't have surgery because I got to get ready to go out on a show
Right.
2 months from now. So what can I do?
Yeah.
They was giving me shots and injections. Nothing was helping. So I just had to eat different. I had to focus different. I had to go to physical therapy every day. It was hard.
Yeah.
Try to walk again, and it was
So
wild.
what happened? Was it an
It
injury
was
or
a
what?
herniated disc. It was,
Okay.
I think it had a lot to do from me jumping off of those boxes.
Yeah.
As much as I was doing it
Yeah.
like the games ended up being like sometimes it'd be 3 times a week or 2 times a week versus, depending on the series.
Yeah.
And me jumping off of that stage, not wearing shock absorbent shoes,
I got you.
hard,
Right.
I had
Right.
on my
With the hard.
performance. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was just
Yeah.
the constant weight, and I was still going to the gym in the mornings to stay fit.
Mm-hmm.
It just got to me.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I knew we had talked briefly, and we were
Yeah.
praying for you because I immediately in this world that we're in, it's like there's no time for being hurt.
Man, you know
You
what
know,
I'm saying?
it's
Yes,
more like
sir.
this stuff gotta happen. I gotta be in Germany or
Yes.
wherever.
Yes, sir.
So we were praying as well. So I'm glad that you were able to get past that
Yes, sir.
and be healthy,
Yes, sir. Yes,
and
sir.
everything. And I know that Machine Gun Kelly's the tour and everything y'all do is high energy as well.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, jumping off things,
Yes,
different things
sir.
like that. Just briefly, I'd like to jump back
Okay.
of how did you get into that?
With Machine Gun Kelly?
Yeah.
So in 2019, I did Blackpink and Lil Wayne at the same time.
Okay.
Not many knew that. It was like when I would come back from Korea, they'll have uh a bus or something waiting for me to transport me to where Lil Wayne is performing so I can hop on stage with him. So
Yeah.
trying to learn two shows, two different energies, I learned a lot. But in me playing for Lil Wayne, Blink 182 was also on that tour with us.
Okay.
And then Travis Barker, who's the drummer for Blink 182, me and him just like became close.
Yeah.
He took a liking to me. And towards the tail end of COVID, just randomly he calls me and was like, "Hey, what you doing?" And I was in Houston with Warren Campbell
Okay.
and I was producing for the Walls Group.
Yeah.
And I was like, actually working on some gospel music. He was like, "You want to do a little tour for me? I got a buddy that needs a guitarist." And you were the first person I thought of. I was
Mm-hmm.
like, "Yeah, sure. Who is it?" He was like, "Machine Gun Kelly." I was like, "Cool. Yeah, I'll do it."
Yeah.
So he made the phone call, he set it up. Yeah, and started that journey with those guys.
That's cool. Well, like I said, I know we've said it, but it screams the power of the recommendation. But
Mm,
I can't drive that home enough. 'Cause even with the things that I do, and it actually makes my heart I'm so happy to make a recommendation.
uh,
I, I love to be able to throw somebody's name out, but at the same time, I don't throw everybody's name out.
you can't.
If I throw somebody's name out, the person that I'm giving it to knows Arlington said call him.
Yes, sir.
So we know what that
Yes,
means, but
sir.
I can't drive that home. Is there been, you're a wonderful testament of being that person, that type of most talented and just your person. You've always been just a great human being
Blessing.
from the first time that I've met you. And so I know that it's not hard for people to, be like, oh yeah, you got to call Justin,
Yeah.
but to me, that's really important for people to hear because sometimes if you only concentrate on your music and don't address those other things,
Yeah,
it
for
might
sure.
not work out the
For
same way.
sure. It's still a dog eat dog. Not everybody wants to recommend you. Not everybody, supports what you do. We all have dealt with those things, but God places me exactly where he needs me
Yeah,
every time. So
yeah,
I'm not everywhere. I'm
yeah,
glad that I can uphold the call and make somebody's name still look good,
yeah, yeah.
because I've had the opposite happen to me in the
Hmm.
past,
Hmm.
where I put somebody on and they almost cost me my gig.
Yeah,
And I was like,
it's not a good
how
feeling.
how how could you, like,
Right, right.
but you live and you learn,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
so
yeah, and just being diligent and doing the work,
yeah.
showing up, understanding what that means that you've been, you know, recommended and you go and take care of business.
Right.
Like you said, where if you've been in a position where somebody didn't do that
Right.
and you wonder if they understood, was like, it wasn't just you not taking care of the gig, it's a
Yeah.
reflection on you
Yes, sir.
and affects you as well
It
and
does.
your work and your business.
Yes, sir.
You know,
But
so
that made me realize that something was missing.
mhm,
These cats just don't know.
yeah,
So that's why I'm doing my due diligence. Like my book is finished
okay,
of like helping musicians prepare for tour and everything that they need to know.
yeah,
Like I'm excited to release those things so
yeah,
that can no longer be an issue. Now
yes,
you know.
yes,
You
yes,
know what it takes, you know what you need to and how you need to come prepare for this level of touring, because touring is not easy.
right,
The
right,
sacrificing of leaving your family and being gone for long periods of time, it's not
yeah,
an easy bout. It's
yeah,
not made for everybody, you know.
right, right. What's the name of the book? Can you say that yet, or you? It's okay if you can't.
Just a musician's tour guide, you
Okay,
know, by
okay,
Justin Lyons. You
yeah,
know, that's one of the books that I just completed.
yeah,
And then I'm finishing up another book titled Honor Your Calling.
okay,
Honor Your
okay.
Calling.
I love it. I love it. So I would say if that's okay, I don't think you mind us saying, but we've had the conversation, my wife and I, even with our nonprofit, the Music Stand, we're big on having these kind of conversations. So we've already kind of talked about the future of being able to have you come
Mm-hmm.
and be able to share your book, be able to share your story, and to be able for us to have those conversations with
Mm-hmm.
other professional musicians.
Mm-hmm.